Hello, this is Kevin from Cutting Edge Craftsman. Today we are in the wood shop, my wood shop, and we are installing venting for the Glowforge that I had mentioned in the other video. So I already got a start on things, but I ran out of breath easy, so I don't want to be on the camera and so I'm just going to clip this together and put some time lapses in here and stuff like that. And we'll see what we can get here. I've never done a time-lapse video, but we'll see. Real quick, this is what I've started so far. I'm going to put the Glowforge right there, and then I have the flexible venting started, and I have to take it all the way over to there. This is just kind of my shop here. Got my sander and my drill press, my bandsaw, my joiner. Excuse the mess. There's my planer, table saw, my miter saw, compound miter saw, and there's the X-carve. And as you can see, I have ductwork going all over for dust collection. But what we're going to be doing here, again, is like I said, running this vent here. I'm going to be going up there next, so I'm going to clip this together. You're going to see me up and down on the ladder, back and forth, upside down, whatever. So we'll see what we come up with here. I'm going to mute the volume out of this and maybe put some music in, because I want to listen to music in the background and YouTube doesn't like that. So in any case, I'm just using this webbing to hang that up there. So okay, so we got another section mounted up on the ceiling, and I also have an electric line that I'm running from over here up and along here, because I have an assist fan that we're going to be putting in here. Let me grab it here for you. It's just a little 195 CFM assist fan. It has mounting brackets and has a cord on it. So I'm going to mount that up on the ceiling to help circulate the air all the way over to my exhaust fan, just so there's no issues. So we're going to be I'm going to be putting that up next. got that mounted up there, but it looks like my battery's dying. So I'll have to charge the battery. Okay, so we got the fan up. I also installed the outlet for the fan to plug into. I'm going to put a switch over here. So I'm going to carry on and keep on working on this. And again, I'm just going to time lapse this. I'm sure nobody really wants to watch this, but all right, here we go. Okay, so anytime I'm doing wiring, I like to use one of these. And if you look, it has, there it is. You see that little blade in the center? And what that does is whenever you have your wire, you put it through here, and it will put it through here, and what it does is it puts a slit in your wire right like that. So then you could, strip the other wires back. I also like to use this handy gadget. It's an auto wire stripper. Makes it so nice, and you're not yanking and trying to strip your wires. But those are two little tips that I like to use. Okay, we're going to continue on here. Okay, so we have the run starting there and all the way into the fan. Now we're going to move over to here.
I'm going to try and move the camera and be stable.
There we go. Okay, continue. Okay, I have to get some materials. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, so I'm going to use a Tapcon and go into the wall here with this so I can support that, because I want this hanging down low so I can put a slider, like a gate, so I can turn it off and on so it isn't always sucking from there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have this up there. I just kind of stuffed it in there for now, as you can see. That's just temporary, so I can at least test out the Glowforge. I have to build that plenum for it still. I'm still deciding whether I want to 3D print it or if I want to just make it out of wood. But we're going to wire up the switch now, so I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to take you over, get set up, and then we're going to wire up that switch. All right, hang in there. Okay, so I have us arranged over here to where this outlet is. I'm going to tie into this outlet, and that is over here, right there. So anytime you're ever working with electricity, make sure you kill the power first. Kill the power first. So I'm going to go do that right now. I don't know why it's focusing on that, not me. There we go. Kill the power first before you work on any electricity. Safety first. Safety first. Okay, I'm gonna go kill the power right now. Okay, power should be killed. I have this machine right here plugged into it. No power. Okay, good. So let's bring the view around here. Okay. So let's unplug this. This is a phone charger. We're gonna unplug that. This goes to the speakers. All right, now I need a screwdriver. Let's see what we got in here. Also, don't lose your screws. Like I just kind of, oh nope, there it is, I found it. All right, so this is like an old school outlet cover here. Let's see here. All right, so we got a couple wires here. I gotta try and figure out how I'm gonna do this. I don't think that's focused very well, is it? So there we go. We got some wires in here. Should just be able to come out of here with a couple wires. All right, I gotta get a wire clamp here, a Romex connector. You always want to support your wires using one of these guys here. We're going to put that in here. Okay, so here's where this little guy comes into play again. You just put it in here. Slide it up. And peel the wires back. Or peel the insulation off the wire back. Snip that off. Don't need that. Open this up. Get your wire strippers, come in here. I want to go back like 3/4 of an inch. Strip that back. Old outlets. No Phillips. All flat blade. Nope, we want to be on this side. Make sure when you're putting your wire in here that you're making it going on the side, when you tighten it, it pulls it through instead of pushes it out. Always, always make sure your electrical connections are good and tight. As tight as you can get them. A loose wire connection can cause a fire, so you don't want that. So we're going to go over here. Oh, let's get in the way here now. That doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay. You know, most of the stuff that I've learned over the years, I've actually learned from my father. He taught me a lot of things. So I'm really appreciative that he showed me this stuff at an early age. All right, so we got that in there. That's going to be our power. So how was... Oh, that's how those work. Okay. So these are... I've never actually seen outlets like this. A junction box like this. This is really old school. So they got to go in here first. I don't ever claim to know it all, but I know a little bit about everything. Enough to be dangerous, as they say. So this is a strange junction box. Usually, junction boxes, you attach your outlets to here, and that's not the case. You got to connect it to the outlets to the actual cover. Again, I guess I'm too young to realize that, but we're just not done enough wiring over the years. Okay, so we got that on there, and stick these wires back up inside of there. Make sure none of them are pinched. Okay, now we have a power source. So now we got to split this. Oh, wait, we got to tighten this down first. Whoa, I'm knocking stuff over. Okay, let's tighten our wire. Secure the wire here. Okay. All right, so now we got to drill a hole up a little higher. Whoops. And mount our switch. So let me go grab the switch. Okay. So we gotta knock one of these out. I'm probably gonna fast forward from this point, because this is probably gonna take a little while. So I'm gonna fast forward through this. Okay, so now we have our box here, and I took out the punch outs here. So I want that one to be on the top, and I already pre-drilled the holes here. Whoops. I didn't take out the right ones. Okay, redo. Okay. So we got one in and then good and sturdy. Don't worry about that. I don't want to blow dust into the camera. That's probably not a good idea. Don't know a whole lot about cameras, but I do know that dust is probably not good for them. Alright, so we're going to put our hold downs in here. Tighten that down a bit here. Okay. And then one for the top. Oh, and there's the compressor. So I think I talked about my compressor in the last video. Got dust on the camera. Talked about the compressor in the last video. I finally found a pressure switch for it for 15 bucks. And yesterday I worked on it, getting that all plumbed and wired in, so it is working now. Pull that down through there. We actually need a jumper here because I'm putting a outlet and a switch in here. So I need to jump over from the outlet to the switch. The switch is going to provide power to that intermediate fan, exhaust fan there. Get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, so I got that all wired up, and we're gonna, there it is. Moment of truth. All right, there's the fan. It actually has a fair amount of suction. I don't know if you can hear that. Put that right on the microphone. But yeah, that actually has a good amount of suction. Yep. Okay, now let's test this out. Get the drill off of there. Yep, that works. Alright, so we have extra outlet here now. And that might actually do it for today. Let's move the camera out here. Okay, so we wired up a ventilation fan, and we ran the venting for the Glowforge, and we hooked it up to an intermediate fan and then to the fan, the actual exhaust fan that goes outside. And then we wired up a switch to turn the fan on, so I don't have to climb up on the ladder and plug it in every time or whatever. So next I'm probably going to try and get the Glowforge set up and everything. I don't know what I'm doing with that, so I'm not going to record it because I don't want to give anybody any misinformation. So I don't want to sit there and record me trying to fumble and get it right. So once I get that figured out, I'll make another video on the Glowforge. Okay, so I decided that I am gonna do a quick little print on the Glowforge. I just got it finished, set up. I got the vent run, and I got something that's ready to print. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's turn this. All right, it says hit the glowing button. Let's see what happens. Get ready for takeoff. I see some spark looking things. So it says this print's going to take 4 minutes and 22 seconds. It's just a little tiny thing, but we'll see what it does. I see, you probably can't pick it up on the camera, but I do see that it is exhausting the smoke in there pretty good. So the exhaust vent that we just set up seems to be working pretty good. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke in there. Yeah, see how it does seem to be exiting? Oh, it's actually cutting now. Oh, you can see the laser in the tube right there. Oh, that's really cool. Can't zoom in any further. So this was really easy to set up. I mean, I watched all the YouTube videos on it and everything, and everybody says it's easy to set up, but I'm going to completely agree with it. It was super simple to set up. I didn't really even read the directions until I got to it. I had to connect it to the Wi-Fi. That is the downside to the Glowforge, is it only works through Wi-Fi. But a lot of people have it and they use it, and it seemed to be good. So the alternative was about $3,000 more, so I wasn't about to do that. Smell that though. So this is part of in the package I got a sample pack of material. Alexa, stop. Alexa, exit. Sorry, my Alexa was kind of going crazy there. those are actually dropping out of there. I don't know, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually cutting the outline now. So it must be about to be done. I assume that means it's completed. Keep the lid closed for a moment longer to minimize smell. Okay. Does smell. So there are these little pieces in here. Okay, that fits right in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's close that lid again. Let it vent out. Whoa. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Flip the screen around here. Hang on. Oh. Zoom out. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is what it made. It does have a protective coat over it. So I'm going to peel that off here real quick. Oh, okay, that's really pretty cool. Let's get this back side off too. That's really cool. It's like some little measuring tape thing. There we go. It like burnt the edges a little bit. I think that's a really cool look. I guess this is like a little pocket thing to test the size of bolts. As you can see, it's let's see here. Get it flipped around here. There's sizes on there. This is actually really cool, man. This is really cool. Upside down. Why is the, well, I guess that's the trick of the mirror. I don't know if it's going to show up. It looks like Glowforge is backwards in the camera that I'm looking at, but I don't know. But this is really neat. I mean, the detail to this is just phenomenal. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I mean, the detail is just, it's just insane. It's just crazy. Come on, focus. I mean, this looks like some professional measuring tool. That's really, really something. I just don't know if this is even going to show up right because of the camera. Yeah, this is cool. All right, so that was, zoom back out here. That was my first cut on the new Glowforge. Let me move this here. There we go. That was my first cut on the new Glowforge. I'm really excited. That came out really good. That was just really something. I'm just beside myself on how detailed this little thing came out. Just the possibilities to do this, to use this thing. It's just that is crazy. That is really crazy. Yeah, I highly recommend this. So far, that was super simple to set up. I mean, the venting, you know, you saw in the video that wasn't exactly easy. That was a lot of work, especially for a fat guy like me, getting up and down on that ladder. Whoo! I almost fell over a couple times. I apologize about having the cutting in the video here, but I run out of breath real easy, so I don't want to be huffing and puffing on camera. So that's where I had to cut the videos together, and I apologize about that. But I'm sure that you'd appreciate me not doing that. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm gonna collapse or anything in my videos. So in any case, that was my day today. A little bit of the stuff that I do. Just set up this vent and everything, but we are all set. I'm gonna actually try and design. This just came. This was on Glowforge's like test prints, so I'm gonna actually try to design something of my own. I guess you got to use Inkscape. It was supposed to be somewhere, but I want to try one more thing, so I'm not gonna film that. You saw what it was, so this is again Kevin from Cutting Edge Craftsman. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.